Next week on Retro Rob Plays Everything, my entire Atari 2600 collection. Yeah, that's not happening.
Retro Rob Plays Everything.
Hey there, real gamers and gatekeepers, Retro Rob here, and today we're going to take a look at my Switch collection for 2021. Chi won't get the heck off my couch, so that's what you get to see. You get to see the Chi. Anyway, don't have a whole lot to say other than the Switch is my favorite current last gen, I don't know how you'd want to put it, handheld or actual gaming system at all. I definitely prefer it to the Xbox or the PlayStation, largely because of all the exclusives that are available for it. I am also a PC gamer, so a lot of what comes out on the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Xbox X also comes out on my PC, so, you know, why wouldn't I play it there? But this has got a lot of weird stuff, and I like weird stuff. So let's look at some. Thanks, Chi.
Warning: radiation at unsafe levels.
And, of course, first, no collection would be complete without the Nintendo Switch itself. This, of course, is mine. It's got the multicolored Joy-Cons. I will probably not do that with my next one. At the time, I was really into vintage Japanese Nintendo stuff, which had bright colors. They really wanted it to look like a toy. But I think I've kind of gotten over that now over the last year. Too many devices are doing it, and I'm just going to go for kind of a solid gray now. Just saying. Also, of course, I do have the Switch. Wow, nice hair on there. Anyway, I do have the Switch Pro controller, which is really nice. I'm very happy with this controller. I realize it's nothing amazing, but nothing amazing is better than actively sucking. Am I right, Ouya? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Go big or go home, my father never told me. This is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition for the Switch. One of the first games I picked up for the Switch, and I think my wife got me this for Christmas right after I got it, and it's nothing short of amazing. What a huge and awesome game this is. This is a great RPG. I definitely recommend it even now. I liked it so much, in fact, that I picked up the original on the 3DS, and this is great too. Oh my god, get that game if you have a 3DS. Get this game if you have a Switch. Cannot recommend them enough. They're amazing. And here's what the back of the box looks like. By the way, I did do an unboxing of this. I'm sure it's around somewhere. I'll link it up if I remember. But man, what a box. Onward to Elysium. Alrest, a world in which massive creatures called the Titans drift through the boundless sea of clouds. In such a world, wow, that really was a rough sentence to get through, by the way. In such a world, people have made their homes on the backs of these titans. Join Rex, a young man who becomes the driver of Pyra, a mysterious life form, and his blade, as they embark on a quest to find the mythical paradise of Elysium. Not well worded, but an amazing game. In fact, right now, this makes me want to start playing it again, and I think I will. For those of you who don't know, I've been off the live stream for a while. I think this might be what I live stream next. Anyway, let's go on. Next we have Starlink, the Battle for Atlas. This is the Star Fox edition of it. Don't let the fact that this is like a toy game turn you off. In fact, if you can get it without the toy, I would highly recommend that. There's just no use of having the toy for it. But if you've ever wanted to play something like No Man's Sky Light, I suppose, on the Switch, this is definitely your game. It is really fun to play. It's enjoyable, has some nice intense boss battles, has flying around aimlessly. Everything you could really want to do, you can do in this game. It really is quite a bit of fun. And here's the back of the box. It doesn't say a whole lot other than build, battle, and win. And yeah, you can add weapons by buying new toys. I think that this kind of game is kind of a waste for that, but you can get it without the toys, so fair enough. Too bad, they really hurt this game with doing the toy thing with it. Anyway, let's go on. If you want to see more about this, I actually did a couple of Starlink gameplays on this channel. Next we have Fire Emblem Warriors, which is a hack and slash style game. If you've ever played any of the Warriors games, you know how this goes. It's of course crossed with the fabulous Fire Emblem game. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's not something that I play in really big play sessions, but I do play it from time to time. I kind of prefer playing it on the 3DS, to be honest, but if you don't have a 3DS, this is absolutely a fine way to play it. I think Lee said in the comments that the Switch is going to go down as one of the great systems for shoot 'em ups, and I totally agree with that comment. Power Rumi is amazing. It's another one that I've got a gameplay video of if you want to see it. Just a good color swapping shooter. I know that mechanic's been done to death, but in this particular game you don't actually notice that mechanic at all. It's not being forced on the game. It actually feels like it's part of it, and I usually don't like that mechanic. So definitely a game worth trying. It's pretty fun. I think you can still get this edition for less than 40 bucks. So really, really worth the time to pick up. For those of you new to the channel, Bubble Bobble is one of my favorite games of all time. I covered this game probably, I don't know, a year back, and I have to say I just wasn't impressed with it. I didn't think it lived up to the name Bubble Bobble. It isn't a terrible game at all. It's just whenever you start messing with the core mechanics of Bubble Bobble, you make a mess out of it. Really, just make it a mega collect 'em up, make some bigger bosses, make the graphics prettier, and move on. That's all Bubble Bobble needs. It's one of the most beloved games of all time for that reason. It's just near perfect. Anyway, rant enough. This is 4-player co-op. That's not a bad thing. It's not a terrible game, so do not get me wrong. I would say if you can get it inexpensively, it's definitely worth checking out and seeing if you like it. It's just that it isn't what I'd expected out of it. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Heck, I'd take it with like a big mound of salt. Definitely. And here's the last of my box special edition games. We're going to get to the just regular boxed games now. This game, I don't think it's super rare. I don't think you've ever heard of it. It's called Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. And this is the Explorer's Edition, which, you know, was only released, you know, like 5 of them. It's super rare. Never going to see it. So, you know, don't even bother trying. Looking on the back, you can, of course, see pictures of what goes on in the game. And, yeah, here's Zelda himself and his girlfriend Link. Both Link, I think. Anyway, not kidding around, this is actually a really great game. It's very enjoyable. I've started it twice and never finished it, and the reason why I don't continue it is because I forget where I was, and I think it's probably one of those games that you should just keep playing from start to finish. If you like games where you have that kind of tremendous feeling of loneliness and that everything's on you, you're really going to like this game. It's very enjoyable. I mean, I think it looks amazing. It plays amazing. They did a great job on it, and I like it. So, yeah, there's that. Let's go on. This is my game holder. We're going to be using it to hold the next few games. Got this one for my son for Christmas. He 3D printed it. It looks awesome. I absolutely love the heck out of this thing, and it works really well. In fact, I'm trying to get him to print me another one. Because, you know, I got like 50 games. Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, first game is Penguin Wars. It's a remake of the NES. Actually, it was an arcade game as well. Classic. This one adds a bunch of new characters and some new techniques, and it absolutely, positively does it right. I highly recommend this game if you can find it. It's absolutely great. Real quick, I'll just read this to you. After 30 years, we're back. Throw the ball and knock out your opponents, and that's basically it. play multiplayer mode, evolve your characters in story mode. It is really, really a great game. Again, cannot recommend this one enough. Definitely check it out. I do have a video out on this one. A lot of these games I have videos out on. Alright. Next we have Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Yeah, you know, I like me some side-scrolling Mario. And this one, of course, is really good. If you've ever played it on the Wii U, well, now you can play it on the Switch. And I don't really know how many big advantages there are to playing it on the Switch other than you're playing it on their latest one and you can play it on the go. But it's a great game. You're never gonna have anything bad to say about it, I don't think, if you're a Mario fan. It's got about 160 courses in it, which is great. And now you can play as Toadette and Peachette with a question mark. And yeah, great stuff. My commentary is among the best, by the way. If you want to subscribe, you know, to hear more amazing commentary like this, you know, make sure to. You don't want to miss any of this. Katamari Damacy Reroll. Got this one for Christmas. I'm a big Katamari fan. It's one of the few games that I kept when I got rid of my PS2 collection. And I really do like this game a lot. I've got it already. That's why it hasn't been unboxed. I have it as a digital release. I'll eventually open this and delete up the digital release. If I have a choice between a digital release and a physical release, I'm always going to go for the physical release. I just like it better. And it's a weird thing. I know. As a PC gamer, it's not like I'm getting any physical releases on that, right? You know, I like to conflict myself. Child of Light Ultimate Edition and Valiant Hearts The Great War. I've been waiting to get these for a long time and never did pick them up. I actually ended up getting Valiant Hearts on the PC through a Humble Bundle or one of the other many bundles available. Maybe it was Indie Gala. Interesting side-scrolling indie game type of stuff. I eventually will get around to playing it, but just have not had time. But not terrible. Oh, anyway, I'm going to read the top part of this one. Dive into the magic of Lemuria and help Aurora save her ailing father and lost kingdom. And then, you know, you get 2 games in this, which is great. So Valiant Hearts says, move into action and help your heroes survive the horrors of the Great War. So both of these are award winners and pretty solid stuff, but I have not tried them yet. I'm just waiting to do it. Next, we've got Risk of Rain 2. This was big with streamers for a little bit. I played the original one, and I liked it quite a bit. The second one actually is really good. I'm going to warn you that if you don't like your games tough, you're going to have a hard time with this one. But if you do like a hard, roguish type of game, you might want to give this one a try, because it really is fun. It does include the original game right there. And real quick, I'll read the back to you. Risk of Rain returns with an extra dimension. Play solo or team up with up to 4 friends to fight through hordes of monsters, unlock new loot, and find a way to escape the planet. I have never escaped the planet. But someday I will, I promise. Wait, I promise. Because I can't say a real promise on that one. Whew, way too much talking, even for me. Okay, ready to go. Yoshi's Crafted World. Where did I play this? I think I have it for the 3DS and thought highly of it. And no, that's Yoshi's Woolly World, so this is kind of a continuation of this. This is a new one. Anyway, see, shows you what I know, because I haven't unboxed it yet. Might do an unboxing and gameplay of this one, because this one's kind of fun. This kind of thing I enjoy doing. Anyway, a new Yoshi adventure unfolds. Hey, I could have just read it. Discover hidden secrets in handcrafted levels. And, yeah, who doesn't like Yoshi? I don't hate him. Good stuff. Next, we've got Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This one, I'm going to bust out any day now. I like Pikmin a lot. If you haven't seen it, I did actually do a first time I ever played Pikmin. I've played like knockoff after knockoff of Pikmin, but I never actually played the real one. So I finally played it. I think it was on the GameCube, and I've got a video of that out there. I'll link it up if I remember. I probably won't, so if anybody knows the video offhand, do me a favor, just throw it down in the comments. Yeah. Good stuff again. Explore an alien world with the help of your Pikmin squad. And basically what you do in these games is you can just throw your little Pikmin to do things for you. It sounds like it's not going to be great, but it is freaking great because you attack enemies with them. You can build or take down objects with them. It's just a really neat little game and definitely worth playing. They've remastered it, so it looks pretty good by what I've seen of it. And again, I haven't unboxed this one yet, so it's going to happen. Gonna happen eventually. Next one, Octopath Traveler. Came very close to getting this when I first got my Switch, but I didn't get it till this last Christmas. It's an RPG. I am going to venture that this is probably the prettiest game I've seen on this Switch. It so far has been really good. I'm only like the first hour into it, but it has been a pretty great ride, so I'm gonna say that it just looks amazing, and if you can catch it, you should probably play it. Boy, great presentation there on my part. But anyway, next, this is another one the wife got me for Christmas and haven't had a chance to play. This is Dragon's Dogma, another game I've wanted to play, and this is the problem. I've got a lot of games I really want to play on the Switch, and just not enough time. It's killing me. I'm gonna have to take a Switch break and not buy any new games for it for a while. Anyway, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, and little hack and slasher game. For some reason, I think I played this on my old Mac. I don't know why. They might have released it for that. I could be wrong. Anyway, Set Forth Arisen. Your journey begins now. Your journey begins now. Little Wisconsin there. Embark on an epic adventure in the rich open world of Grancis. These are unrehearsed, so if I pronounce something wrong, sorry about that. And brave the dark forces of the bitter Black Isle. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, keep going. Because there's a lot to go through. Project Warlock did a video on this one. This is a first-person shooter. Play it with the Pro Controller. I cannot say it enough. Play this game with the Pro Controller if you can get your hands on it, because I hate to tell you this, it was a limited run, and Brooke has battled. It was sold out almost immediately. Again, I do have a gameplay of this one. If you'd like to see it, feel free to check that out. Become the mysterious warlock and embark onto a dangerous mission to eradicate all evil. All of it. That's right, even jaywalking. Travel through time and space to wreak havoc. Like in the golden days of fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping, first-person shooters, hooking you for hours of super fun carnage. Let's rock and roll. By the way, absolutely meets its description. Another game, if you can get it, it's the only... Am I going to argue that it's the only first... Oh, banged in the light. Am I going to argue that it's the only first-person shooter I've liked on the Switch? Yeah, I think that argument could be made. English. It's the only language I speak, and I don't do it well. By the way, we're going to get less and less of these games that I haven't tried yet, like this, as we go further on. Next, we have Luigi's Mansion 3. Have not tried it yet. I absolutely, positively loved the game on the 3DS. So could it be as good? It could be. Anyway, the print's way too small for me to actually read here, so all you're gonna get is, can Luigi brave the haunted hotel? Yes, I think he is. I think he can. I think that's definitely a possibility that he can brave the haunted hotel. All right, last of this batch, we've got Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Just look at it. Super Mario 64 looks great. They did a good job. Super Mario Sunshine, which I've been meaning to complete for years, is on here. But what did I end up playing? What? Yeah, I ended... Oh, hey, it's not on the back. Super Mario Galaxy I ended up playing the most on this. Wow. A lot of enjoyment. I played it originally on the Wii, and I'm really, really happy to try it again on the Switch. Good stuff. In the interest of diversity, I'm going to be doing the next 5 games outside in the snow. Yep, keeping you from getting bored, folks. Anyway, here's Super Bomberman for the Switch, and it's not a terrible game by any means, but for some reason I just kind of still prefer the Super Nintendo version. So, yeah, I never really got into this one. Does anybody remember that horrendous Xbox remake of Bomberman? Oh man, that was bad. I gotta do a video on that one of these days. Anyway, next we've got, Civilization. Yeah, Focus loves snow, by the way. Civilization 6, which is a really great game. I started playing it on my PC one night, and I kind of just bought this on a whim because if you see my gaming PC, it's pretty large. It's not fun to play in bed, so I thought, I'm gonna play this game in bed. And I did for about 15 minutes, and then I moved on. It's not a terrible version of it, by the way. It looks very nice, but I think the small screen might be not so great for this game. So if you're playing it on a TV, fine, but probably shouldn't get it if you're just gonna play it by hand, unless you got really good eyes. I mean, my eyes aren't the best. Next, there we go, Daemon X Machina, which was like a huge game for a little while and then kind of fizzled out and disappeared, but it is actually a great little mecha style game. It's not like big giant lumbering vehicles. It's very fast, it flies. It's a fun game. It is fairly difficult, fair warning, so if you like your game super easy, this is probably not going to be the way to go. But if you're into this kind of thing and you don't mind a challenge, you're going to like it. Next. There we go. Penny Punchin' Princess. That's right. The Penny Punchin' Princess. I'm going to probably do the Vita version of this pretty soon, but I have done a video on this. I'll try and link it if I remember. Freaking great game. This is a great and unusual RPG. You'll definitely, if you like things quirky, you're gonna like this one. I don't think I've ever played anything quite like it. And this right here is what the Switch is good at. Finally, we have Battle Chasers Night War, and guess what? Never played it, never even opened it. If anybody's tried this one, let me know if it's gonna be worth my time. It looks like a decent little RPG with some crafting and such, but have not had a chance to try it out. So if you think it looks good, let me know. Maybe I'll do a video on it. And holy mackerel, it is freezing out here. Do you know it was like 60 degrees a couple days ago? Welcome to Wisconsin. All right, let's go on. All right, next we have a game that Vidget Gamer sent me. Thanks, Vidget Gamer. Still haven't played it. Probably should, because I've not played Crypt of the Necrodancer at all. At all. I'm not kidding. Anyway, this is Crypt of the Necrodancer meets The Legend of Zelda. I hear nothing but good stuff about it, and still have not played it. Keep the beat to save the kingdom. And you know I got the rhythm. Yeah. The world and music of The Legend of Zelda series meet the dungeon delving rhythm action of Crypt of the Necrodancer. And you can see, looks pretty darn good to me, but still haven't played it. Sorry about that, Vidya. Let's go on. Next. Shining Resonance Refrain. It's one of those Sega RPG action thingies. You know, I honestly don't remember a lot about this one. I was really excited to get it and play it. And I played it and I was like, it's alright. So, that's a great endorsement, right? Anyway, Liberate the dragon soul that resides within you. Defeat... Wrong. Defy the tyranny of the Empire and stop them from exploiting the power of the ancient dragons, including the soul of the one you possess. With the help of your friends, realize your destiny, save Astoria, and unleash the strength you've always had locked away. Great, always a great idea for an RPG. I don't know why I didn't get into it. I'm really weird about what I like and what I don't like. So, if based on my videos, my choices agree with you, then maybe you will feel the same way. If not, take it with a grain of salt. It's my opinion. That isn't necessarily reality. Valkyria Chronicles 4. I think Valkyria. Anyway, I think I originally played a version of this on the PC and I really liked it. And you know what? It's a really good 3D-esque turn-based strategy game. If you like that kind of thing, you're gonna like this one, and it's pretty original. You don't see a lot of games that are quite like this one. It's definitely very story-driven, very enjoyable. Yeah, if you like this kind of game, you're gonna like it. Whew. Next we have Diablo 3, The Eternal Collection. Eternal because you can play it forever without dying. I actually like Diablo 3 quite a bit, but I found this edition to be too easy. Yet again, it's one of those games that I did a live stream of, and you can see I'm just like whipping through it, even being reckless on the hardest setting that you can start with, and I just wouldn't die. So I don't know. I've been told that if you finish it a couple times, it'll finally get hard, but it's like, come on, man. I want a little bit of a challenge. I'm not the greatest gamer on earth. I know people believe I am, but I know I was voted best gamer 3 times in a row by myself. And yeah. But anyway, I'm not necessarily the best gamer in the world. And if I can just whoop it, it's probably too easy. Ugh, flip it. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Here's a game I always thought I was going to play and never did. Wrapped up, never did anything with it. So, Mario and the Rabbids team up for an epic adventure. Explore 4 iconic worlds. Solo and local co-op play. Yeah, you know what? I should probably play this with the wife one of these days, I think that's what I bought it for. We like the original Rabbids game, so why wouldn't we like that one? Has anybody played that one? What do you think of it? Let me know. Is it worth my time? Next, we have Resident Evil Collection. Resident Evil Revelations Collection. I love that it has a big warning that you need an internet download and micro SD card. Great. Just great. But anyway, this has got Revelations and Revelations 2, I guess, on it. Or at least a download code for the other one. And as you can see, both games are in here. I've played Revelations before, and I thought it was pretty good. And again, another one of those games, just didn't get around to playing. But I do like Resident Evil, and one of these days I will bust it open. A lot of times I either get these as gifts, or I get them in a big bunch of games that are for sale. So, is what it is. The light, it freaking burns! Hey folks, mid-video break here, and I've got a question for you. And that question is, what game do you think should have came out on the Switch but never did? There used to be a Twitter feed for this. It was called Everything on the Switch, I think. I think I got that right. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But people used to send in their ideas for what games should come out on the Switch. I'm kind of curious what everybody thinks should have came out but never did. And here's mine. It is Fallout 4 on the Switch. Absolutely should have came out. I cannot believe it. I've always wanted to play it on a handheld, like directly, not streaming. And the GPD Win came really, really close to running it decently, but it never did quite a good job. and I'd love to see it on the Switch. It would just be fabulous.
Thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, or I will go Skynet on your butt.
I think after this I'm going to change my lighting real quick because I'm not really super happy with it. Anyway, we've got Steam World Dig 2. If you've ever played the Steam World games, I prefer the Dig versus the Heist. Well, look at, I opened one. Now I broke my rule. I wasn't going to open any of them. But anyway, yeah, adventure waits below the surface. This is a dig 'em up, and you know, they're not showing any of the digging going on. It's like the best part of it. You dig up a bunch of artifacts and stuff, come back up, upgrade your character, go back down. You know the drill of this. But it's a fun game. I really do enjoy it, and it's definitely worth some time, especially if you can get it cheap, which this is almost always like at Target on clearance. Almost always. Now nobody's gonna find it. They're gonna be like, I couldn't find it. Sorry if that's true, but I've seen it almost every time I went there. All right, Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles. I opened it and did not play it at all. I know nothing about this game. This is a great video, isn't it? I love when I do that. Look at this game that I know nothing about. Some kind of RPG. I heard a lot of pre-release hype for it, and then it just kind of disappeared off the radar. And then I know it's open, but I never even bothered to pop it in, so yeah, well. Alright, Super Mario Odyssey, another one of those games that's super rare, never heard of it. Yeah, right. It's a great Mario game. Again, this is another one of those Switch games that I have absolutely no complaints about. I think it plays really well. It doesn't necessarily feel like Mario, but it feels like modern Mario, and it's definitely enjoyable. Even in this one, I probably played in a longer single stretch than almost any game on the Switch. I would say it's probably between this one and Zelda. Hard to say which one, but I played a heck of a lot. I think I played like 3 hours straight, that's a lot for me. I generally don't play that long of a stretch because I don't get that much peace in my life. But great game. Killer Queen Black. I really wanted this. My son really enjoyed the arcade game that was at the Midwest Gaming Classic. I still think it's a great game. We played it a couple times as a group. For whatever reason, I don't know. It never really caught on with me. There isn't a real single player mode, which I think has been the problem for me. There's just not a lot there for single player, and much of my gaming's done single player, so. But that's just me, you know. You might enjoy it. Sparklight, fun little game. Did a video on it. It's not as deep as I would have liked, at least not early on. It takes a while to grind yourself into this game, and that's been one of the problems for me. But, you know, it's not bad at all. If you see it, pick it up, you know. It's definitely worth playing. It's just that it's going to take you a while to get anywhere. Anyway, gear up for adventure. Sparklight is an action adventure set in a whimsical and ever-changing land. I almost said world. The next one's world, and I'm reading ahead. And I'm just going to do the second one. Explore dangerous corners of the procedurally generated world. See, there we go. Now I got to say world, and I'm happy. Alright, last one. Poi. I believe this is the last game I bought before Toys R Us went out of existence. And that's the only reason I bought it. It was one of like 3 games for the Switch that was left when I went there. And I said, I'll pick it up. And I never opened it. I think because this is from Toys R Us, it's going to be worth millions of dollars. Doesn't look amazing to me. And I don't know. Hey, have you tried it? Do you like it? Let me know. Maybe I'm missing out on something, but I have a feeling not. Alright, that's 12 more we've made it through. Let's get another batch. Alright, next we have Enter the Gungeon. By the way, we're going to be doing this part Ashen style. Yeah. This is a dual stick roguelite game. Unfortunately, there's not a lot on the cover to tell you anything about it, but it is quite a good game. I'll just open it for a little bit more excitement. It's by Devolver Digital, one of my favorite game companies, and it is lots of fun. I do recommend this one. If you can get it on the PC and you have a dual stick control. Well, yeah, I mean, you could have just like a D-pad. But anyway, if you have like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller, check it out on the PC too. Definitely worth getting. Next, Astral Chain. Astral Chain was super popular for a while on the Switch as well. I think I'm going to read the back so you get kind of an idea. It's hard to explain this one. This is really good as well. Graphically, it's beautiful. Anyway, two bodies fight with a single mind. Humanity's only hope against the Chimera hordes lies with the few who can link with experimental bioweapons called legions. And it's fun. It's an unusual game too. It's another one of those games that you just don't see much of. So if you're looking for something unique, this is a unique game. Next. Ooh, I'm running slow here. Victor Vran Overkill Edition. Here's an RPG. It is good. It's a top-down RPG. It's like an action one. And it is way more fun than it has any right to be. I think I probably did this one as a video. I'll check. I know I did it as a video. I don't know if I did it on the Switch as a video. But it is a fun little game. And it's not even little. It's a pretty big game. And you'll almost certainly enjoy it if you're a Western RPG guy. Anyway, become Victor, Hunter of Demons. Forge your own hero on a quest to liberate the cursed city of Zagorvia. Oh, man. Why don't I practice this first? Change how you play at any moment, even in the heat of battle. Modify your own demon-slaying loadout as you dodge deadly attacks. Yes, I added a word. Leap from towering locations and take on hordes of hideous beasts and cunning boss monsters. It's fun. Next, Knights of Azure 2. Hey there, action JRPG type thing. It's okay. This is another one of those games that I played a couple times and then just kind of let go. So I'm probably not the best person to describe it. And it's really odd. A new moon rises. Lilies bloom. Let me just read this. Relationships with lilies lead to special powers and bonuses. I guess I don't know what a lily is. I cannot remember this at all. Clearly I'm not the target audience, but you might like it. Who knows? Boy, I've said that a lot today. All right, next we have Skyrim. It's a really good version of Skyrim. I've just started playing this one, just picked it up a couple weeks ago. I guess it might be going out of production because it's really kind of hard to find, but you can still find it in stores. I'll give you a little hint. If you can find it at Target, it's about 10 to 20 bucks cheaper than everywhere else. I don't get pushed by Target. I don't get anything from Target, so I'm just saying that because I found it cheaper there, and that's why I grabbed it. It was literally the last one that they had. But if you've never heard of this, well, I don't know where you've been, but this is an amazing first-person RPG, really large in scope. This also has, if you look, you can see it's got some of the expansions in it, which I didn't have for the PC. So I'm excited to play it on this, and I can't believe it's handheld. I have noticed that it might be a little hard to read on the handheld, just so you know. Next. Hellspin Heroes. What the heck was I thinking? Oh, I know how I got this one. I got it because GameStop. Yeah, GameStop was having one of those things where you buy, like, I don't know, 2 get 1 free type of thing. And this is what I picked. It's roguelike action strategy. It says, I don't know. I had a hard time getting into it. Let me know what you think of this one. It hasn't been my thing, but anyway, One last epic quest. Take the princesses to school. That's what it says. I'm not kidding. That's it. Hundreds of unique items and spells. Huh. Maybe I'll look at this again. Maybe I was in a mood. Have you ever noticed that? Like, sometimes you'll play a game and not really like it, and then you'll come back to it and go like, why the heck didn't I like this game? Sometimes it's all about mood. Anyway, here's Dragon Quest XI. I've done a series of videos on this. This is a great freaking game. Just great. I love the art style. I absolutely love the adventure itself. The storyline's nice. Very, very enjoyable game. And if you haven't tried it, just if you like RPGs at all, this is one to grab. It is really great. It has all the joy of old, like, fashion RPGs, like the turn-based battle and things like that, but with a modern, just kind of a modern look to it. Really great. Like it a lot. Here's Forager. This is one of those indie-style, what would you call them? Survival type of games. It's really kind of cutesy. It was fairly popular for a while as well. I was happy to find it as a physical release. It is a lot of fun. Definitely worth picking up. Let's see, what else does it have to say here? Forager. Start small, then go big. Gather and collect. Discover secrets. Craft items. Manage resources. Raid dungeons. Achieve anything. It's true. This is a fun game to play, especially in small bursts. And folks, it comes with stickers. Can't beat that. Yeah. Next, we have My Driller Drill Land, which I had a hard time getting. I think it's easier to get now, but I really wanted this game, and I had to import it. But it is an amazing version of Mr. Driller. I'm definitely enjoying the heck out of it. If you haven't played Mr. Driller at all, it's been around since the 90s. So you probably should have. You can play it 2-player. You see that? Multiplayer mode? Genius. Drill till you drop. Action puzzle game. Welcome to the biggest theme park, Drill Land. Have fun with all the different themed attractions. Yeah, this is great stuff. Definitely check this one out if you have a chance. And you like retro-style games, you know. Next, Children of Morta. Better than I thought it was going to be. I picked it up kind of on a whim. And it is yet another one of those top-down roguelike games. But it's interesting. I mean, it's enjoyable. I did spend some time with it. Embark on the adventure of an extraordinary family of heroes. With the corruption spreading throughout the land, guardians of the Mountain Morta have to stand up against the ancient evil. But it's not a story about saving the universe. It's a story about a valiant family standing together while the world around them is being devoured by darkness. Wow. Good old light. What a nice light game for the weekend. Absolutely. Another game you probably haven't heard of. This one, very rare, hard to get a hold of. Yeah, Animal Crossing. I'm going to tell you what ticks me off about Animal Crossing. I think all my friends got Animal Crossing at about the same time. You remember? Right at the beginning of COVID. And everybody's posting their awesome cities that they built. And I was still living in a tent. Very frustrating. People still playing this one? I always plan to come back to it. I thought maybe, I don't know. Maybe when I get some time. It takes a lot of time, and I was spending a lot of time on it and just feeling like I was getting nowhere. So I looked up a bunch of guides, and I spent more time looking at the guides than I did actually playing the game. And then, of course, there's the horrible jealousy that your friend's teenage daughter is beating the hell out of your island. It doesn't suck to get old, except when that happens. All right, here we go. We're going to move on after this. Just a few games left. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, you absolutely have to have this if you have the Switch. I know there's a new Mario Kart game, and I haven't tried it yet. But This one's great. I really enjoy it. It's fast enough, and it's got a lot of tracks. Man, when did Mario Kart get so many darn tracks? But yeah, I like this one a lot, and it's another one of those games that you can play, by splitting off your Joy-Cons. That's really cool. You know what Mario Kart is. All right, let's go on. Last 8 games, folks. Let's see how good the autofocus is on this camera. Here is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, which, it's a classic, but remade for modern times. Far from Hyrule with no way home, a shipwrecked Link finds himself on the strange and wondrous island of Koholint. I probably got that wrong. Only by exploring caves and shrines for clues to the island's mysteries can he make his escape. And it's fun. It is a fun game. I enjoyed the heck out of this one. Definitely worth playing. Next, we have Everspace, the Stellar Edition. I don't know what the difference between the Stellar Edition and the regular edition is. I didn't really notice anything. This is a roguelike space combat game. So you die over and over again while improving your ship. And it is a lot of fun. It doesn't sound like it would be amazing, but it was an amazing idea. It was very well implemented, and it's a great freaking game. Next, Contra Rogue Core, or Corpse. Find your corpse. Yeah, this one's okay. I did a playthrough of it. It's you know what the problem is? You expect a certain type of gameplay out of Contra, and that isn't here. And it probably, if it didn't have the Contra name on it, it probably would have been reviewed as fair to middling, but it really got bagged for not really being a Contra game. I don't know why they do that. It's, people want a classic game to play a certain way, and it very seldom succeeds if you go crazy on it, like they did on that one. It's just crazy. They didn't go crazy. They kind of went half butt. But anyway, all right. Next we have Ugly Dolls, An Imperfect Adventure. My wife says that she checked the reviews on this, and it's pretty good. It was based on a film that didn't do so hot. I have not checked it out yet. It's still in the wrapping. But, robots have descended on Uglyville, and they're trying to make everything perfect. As Moxie or Ox, it's up to you and your Ugly Dolls friends to send them home. There's a story for you. Next, Burger Time Party. I didn't hate this game, but I can't say that I wasn't somewhat disappointed with it. The more I played it, I guess, the more I didn't particularly care for it. That said, I think the art style on it is really nice. I know some people didn't like that. I absolutely loved it. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. If you're a big Burger Time fan, you're probably going to want to pick it up. But other than that, I'd probably give it a pass. Burger Time is back, supersized in HD. Play the tasty arcade favorite, spiced up with over 100 stages. What was that? 100 stages. Fresh new pickups, puzzles, and local multiplayer mayhem. I am apparently from Louisiana. Minecraft Story Mode, the complete adventure. Played the first chapter of this, liked it quite a bit. This is one of those games that I tend to play with the wife. We like to just kind of team up and do these. Really like the Walking Dead ones. We enjoyed those quite a bit and played through that. And so I thought this one we might give a go. We're actually going to be on vacation pretty soon here, and I think we might play this during it. We're doing more of a staycation this year. Anyway, yeah, be the hero of a grand adventure in the Minecraft universe. Has anybody played the Minecraft RPG? How's that? I hear it gets good reviews, and I could have swore I bought it, but clearly I didn't. Anyway, eventually I will. Dragon Quest Builders. This is freaking great, by the way. It's also available on the Vita, if you're a Vita fan. I just ordered one. I have no idea when the stupid thing's going to show up, because shipping from PlayAsia takes forever. But anyway, Dragon Quest Builders, it's kind of wave-based. But it's got an adventure. You build your own base. You defend it. It is really, really good. Really good. Definitely worth trying out if you like that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a little Minecraftian, but it's fun stuff. Absolutely. You're going to like it, I think, if you have any interest in the description that I gave you. I'm great at selling this stuff, right? Not that I make any money selling it. I don't sell it. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm tired. Thank goodness we're on the last game. This has been one heck of a long video. Namco Museum Arcade Pack. This, my friends, is good. And that's because it has a lot of classics in it. That's right. Bring home. I already did it wrong. Bring the arcade home in this ultimate 2-in-1 game pack. Enjoy the nostalgic classics from the Namco Museum and the flashy maze madness of Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Plus in Namco Museum Arcade Pack. And you know what? Yeah, I really do like the Pac-Mans. I do. It's not bad at all. I actually think Championship Edition's fun to play. I know that might be a minority opinion among retro gamers, but I do think it's fun. All right. Anyway, that is the last one. And that wraps it up for my Switch Collection 2021 edition. This is probably going to be the last time I do one of these on the Switch because the collection's starting to get a little bit too big to cover in one video. Maybe I'll split it across or something like that next year if I get a lot more games for it. I just realized, man, I probably have more games that I have time to play this year, so maybe I'll just take a break unless some major release comes out that I really, really want. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If there's something amazing that I've missed in my collection, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll pick them up, because what the heck, I seem to pick everything else up. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.